and then I got the call for a tryout, and we had a few meetings after that. And because John Laurinaitis wasn't there, and I went straight up to Sean and kind of saw that you know, he really was a changed man, you know, from what we heard about him. Some people weren't sure, you know, with the change, but I could tell you that he really forgave whatever we had in common. And it's funny because it's his London, the 14th 408, and my girlfriend, as we were there in England, you know, we looked all around the streets and all over the place, and everybody was pregnant, and everybody had a baby, and sure enough, like a few weeks after we were there, she was pregnant, and it's my first baby ever. I had the experience with the two boys of José, Mathieu and Alex, but we decided that we're gonna name her London. So it's London Ouellet. She's very, very beautiful, and I think she's gonna be in the show business too, because she loves the camera. She places herself in front of the camera and everything, and she loves it. So it's a really beautiful gift, and me and my girlfriend, we named her London, and we put the middle name Charlie or Charlie, because my grandfather was a Charles. And my grandmother was so happy about the fact that the middle name was, you know, in memory of my grandfather. So you have the whole history there, and all the supportive. You know, it's so funny because I kept good contacts with all my ex's girlfriend. You know, there's no battle, there's no way hate or betrayed, or you know, it's all good friendships. I still talk to all of them on the phone. My girlfriend Emily, not jealous, you know, trust me, and so it's a good new start with my baby London. You know, I was expecting a boy, but she's so beautiful.
Here we go again with the boy. Everywhere around the world, they want boys. Why? Why boy? Why not a girl?
No, I'm happy. Actually, I'm very happy.
We're happy for you too. Who is your best friend in the industry, within the wrestling world?
Right off the bat, just like that, I got like one main friend in the business, and it's Sidney Udy. For people who doesn't know him as Sidney Udy, it's Sid Vicious, a Psycho Sid, and he's a real good friend of mine. We're in touch sometimes every day, sometimes every week, sometimes every month. You know, it's not the same frequency, but we exchange. He's been through a lot, you know, when he broke his leg in half, and it was not supposed to. They told him that he couldn't walk anymore, and then he went through that, you know, became stronger, you know, is making a great comeback in this business, and I wish him to achieve what he wants to, and he's got a lot of goals, and he's a true champion of life too, and my hat off to him. You know, he's a role model for me too, because he's been there, you know, he's been world champion in all the major promotions.
Did you have a wrestling idol growing up, and who's your idol now?
My idols growing up, like I said, Hulk Hogan. And when I say I wanted to be to be bigger than him, it's not. I don't want to pretend that I'm bigger than Hulk Hogan, but what I want to accomplish by saying something like that, it's because if you don't think that you can achieve something.
You have to set a goal.
If you think that Hogan's going to be there and he's going to stay there forever, and nobody thinks he can draw as much money as Hulk did, or he can sell as much merchandise that he sold, or if you think smaller than what your goal is, you know, you're never going there, because you set your own limits.
Yes.
So
you set the bar, and then
you
go after
so
it.
If I say no, I'm not a Hulk Hogan, or I cannot achieve that, or I cannot do that, and I put my own barriers. Well, you know, I don't want to insult Hulk Hogan by saying that, because to me it was three major icons in this business: Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, which is I admire a lot because I know more of his story, and The Rock, because they were the three major ones, and Bill Goldberg also did pretty well for, you know,
Goldberg,
kind of popped out, you know, out of nowhere, but did very, very good for WCW. But Austin, you know, he was let go by WCW. They said, we don't have anything for you because you're wearing a pair of black boots and a black trunk. And then when Kevin Nash was talking to Vince about using Steve Austin, who was in ECW, Vince didn't really want to hire him. He says, well, it's going to be a good mechanic. You know, he's going to fit in the middle of the card, you know, good as mechanics. And I think when Austin started to flip the fingers, he wanted to say, you know, nobody believed in me except myself, and I'm proving it to you right now. And I remember watching one tape of Steve Austin, and he said, you know, all the boys, they go in the back, you know, they talk in the dressing room, and they say, well, the belt, you're such a mark because, you know, you want the belt, and the belt means everything to me, because if you don't want that belt, you're never gonna get it. So when I saw that from Stone Cold, you know, he really became the guy that, you know, the character that he portrayed on TV, the guy who's always fighting, who never quits, who always, you know, gets back up in your face and things like that. That's what that's the but I think he's flipping it. Not to be arrogant, but to say,
to prove
well, you didn't want to believe in me. I believed in myself. Now here's the proof. You know, that's what I like about it.
In the next few years, what do you hope really to accomplish during your career?
Well, you know, if I didn't set the goal at 14 years old to become the WWE World Champion, I wouldn't be here today, because I was the hardcore champion in WCW. I had like 3 different world title championship. Like I was a challenger 2 times against Diesel for the WWE, 1 time against Just Incredible in ECW. You know, I was almost there. You know, like getting you're there and you're not there, because it's a championship match, so it's a yes or it's a no. It's close.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. You feel like you're almost, you know, grabbing your goal, but you want more than just that. I wouldn't be happy with just having a belt. You know, I want to really have a run with it. I really want to prove that I can draw money, that that I could be a babyface all over the world, that I could be a babyface in the States, because it's stereotype. You know, I want to break that barrier to, you know, I want to break stereotypes where, well, an American gets behind an American. You know, I think if you're a good person, you're a human being that people can relate to. Wherever you're from in this planet, you know, people can relate to you. I think they'll get behind you. That's what I'm trying to prove. That's what I want to prove.
According to your personal point of view, you said you've played tons of matches. What is your favorite finishing move?
Well, it used to be the cannonball. That was the move that I was using, that was very spectacular, off the top rope, a big flip, and, you know, crushing the guys and everything. But now I'm going towards more of a mix between pro wrestling, Muay Thai, and MMA. You know, so I really like arm bars. I really like guillotine. I want to use maybe 2 or 3 different finishes. You know, I have one that I never showed anybody. I'm just waiting for the right time.
But your signature?
My signature is the cannonball.
Cannonball.